Hello my dear champions, welcome back to our channel Diksha Karnataka. Today I am here to give you KCET Master Plan, Master Strategy to score 45 plus. Is it possible, sir? Of course, we still have some time, and if we capitalize on the time that we have at hand, if you follow my words, if you stay till the end and watch what I'm telling you over here and follow the instructions I'm giving you, you can actually score, because the plan that I've taken over here is very much realistic and possible, easy to follow as well. So before I start the class, if you want to follow all of this, simply go ahead and like this session, and of course do not forget to subscribe to the channel and keep the notification bell always on. If you miss a class, it'll be a disadvantage for any of the student who misses, and an advantage to people who are gonna watch this session. Okay, so let me show you very simple, very easy to follow plan for KCET 45 plus strategy for this year. Okay guys, so first of all, what I'm going to talk about in this particular class, few things to remember. I'll talk about your syllabus. What syllabus, sir? Not the entire syllabus, we all know that very well. I'll tell you what actually you can cover up from here and is it possible to do so. Yeah. Next we have time management. It means once after knowing the syllabus, when can we use the time that we have at hand, how many number of hours to study every day, and all of that. High scoring topics, not only chapters, I'll tell you the topics that you can refer in a particular chapter based upon the understanding of PYQs. We have mock test strategy also over here, and last, your favorite, Tukka strategy. Okay, but again this is only applicable for the question that you don't know anything about it. Okay, and why this is important, because KCET doesn't have any negative marking, so it will be very foolish to leave any question. Okay, otherwise if we try, at least we can get some marks over here, but not blindly. We'll have a strategy to a scientific strategy, a method to even apply for Tukka. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is syllabus. So if you look at just the PU2, this is the chapters that I am taking over here, and these are the marks expected. Okay, and again some chapters over here. If you find over here matrix and determinant, from this chapter you can expect 8 to 9 marks. Very simple and easy to cover. Straightforward formula, a formula and property based question comes. Very simple concepts are there. So yes, it can be done very easily. Yeah, and if you have watched my sessions in 15-day challenge, you must have completed it already. Moving on to vector and 3D. Again a chapter with this having a weightage of 8 to 9 marks. Both are direct formula based question. Shortest distance, area of parallelogram, median length, or whatever these kind of questions are there, diagonal lengths, all these kind of questions come from vector and 3D. Okay, direction cosines and all of these is also there, Cartesian form, section formula and all those. Relation function and ITF, very basic chapter of PU2, and over here you can expect 3 to 4 marks. So this I think you already know, right? Equivalence relation, bijection questions. ITF means property based question, right? When you have tan inverse and cot inverse property, those kind of questions are there in ITF. Now if you look at CND and AOD, in CND you can expect the question directly on the derivative approach, or quotient rule is there, logarithmic derivative is there. So simple results are there in derivatives. You can expect question over there. AOD, maxima minima is there. You have increasing decreasing functions. So all of that can be expected in the interval. They can ask you closed interval, open interval. All those questions are very much relevant. This has a weightage of, again, close to if you put them together, 8 to 9 marks over there. If you use the AOI, why AOI? It's a very easy chapter. 2 marks comes from here, and differential equation has 3 marks actually. But if you leave the difficult question, still you can score 2 marks over here. And in these two chapters, we have 4 to 5 marks. Differential equation, you can expect the question. I'll talk about the topics later. Let me just tell you the chapter's name right now. Integrals, again 6 marks weightage. This is where you have to put a lot of efforts, don't worry about it, but very high weightage. Probability 3 to 4 marks, and linear programming, 1 question will come in 1 mark. Okay, so if you go ahead, this is the understanding of PU2 syllabus. PU1, I want you to do only these chapters. Sets and relation function part 1, 3 questions will come. Sets will have those union and intersection, those type of questions are there. Difference, symmetric difference, a figure based question might come, but it has not come in the past, so will not be bothered about that much. Relation function in this first part has domain and codomain function. The favorite is what? Greatest integer function, modulus functions properties are very useful. Okay, sometimes signum function also becomes important. Signum function I'm talking about, 3 marks in the expected marks category. Trigonometry, again 2 marks can come. Now these can be a little bit challenging, so if you are not able to get these questions of trigonometry in first 5 to 6 seconds, means if you don't know how to use and which identity to use over here, skip this question. Okay, otherwise it will take too much of your time. If you know how to solve it, go ahead, easy marks. If you don't know, very, very difficult. Okay, it will take too much of a time and wasting your entire paper itself. Probability part 1, 2 marks. Over here general questions will come. Okay, means dice problems, we have toss coins and all those, even odd problems, combination of balls, all these person tickets, all those questions are there. So simply general problems are there, 2 marks. Binomial theorem and complex numbers, property based question in binomial or expansion based question in binomial. And in complex number, what do we have? In complex number we have, we'll see about the topics later, but here the weightage is 2 marks. Straight lines and conics, again 2 marks, directly formula based chapter. This is the weightage and syllabus understanding of PU2 and PU1. Not everything, but what we need to cover. Over here the time taking chapters, if I have to show you, are actually these only. Time taking chapters will be what? Here. Sometimes this also takes time, but otherwise I will not even say that. So only these 2 chapters are time taking. Apart from that, I don't think anything is time taking, sir. No, right? Because vector and 3D is easy, material determinant is easy. So only these 2 chapters are time taking, so we'll spend more time into that. Otherwise, other chapters can be done, in one day we can do these two chapters. In one day I can finish these 2 chapters. Actually 4 chapters over here, simple ones. Okay. What about this? Sir, this can be done. These all are very, very easy chapters, and we can finish all these actually in maximum of 1 to 2 days. We can finish all these in 1 to 2 days. Maximum 2 days. 1 to 2 days can be utilized to finish these chapters. Okay. So syllabus coverage, this we all have to cover, bacha. We cannot skip it. Moving on to the time management, very, very important. So when we talk about, there are 2 types of time management. One is exam hall strategy, one is practice strategy. So let's look at exam hall strategy first. So if you are thinking about exam, okay, what are you going to do in the examination? So always my recommendation will be, high weightage chapters are there. For example, we can go back and see this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now out of the 4 high weightage chapters which is there in your syllabus, you must have prepared few that you are good at. So try to start scoring in those chapters. Let's say I'm good at C and D, so I'll solve the questions of C and D first. I'm good at matrices, I'll solve the questions of matrices first. I'm good at vector 3D, I'm going to solve the questions of vector and 3D first. Okay, so start with always high weightage chapters, which is your strength. Not only high weightage, but also your strength. Easy PU1 and direct formula based questions. So chapter PU1 has some of the questions which is very, very easy. Those questions you can solve, and direct formula based question of PU2 also are very easy. Those also you can go ahead with. Okay, next. And then whenever, one more very important insight, whenever you find a question which is difficult in nature and in 5 seconds you can't figure out how to solve it, leave it. Okay, go ahead, because the time you waste on a question, you're actually missing out on the easy question that is coming later. So you cannot do that. Okay, you have to continue in the rhythm, and if you are stuck on a question for more than 5 to 10 seconds thinking about it, you are not getting any step, move on. Quickly move on. Okay, can't waste time. Exam hall strategy is clear, sir. Now practice strategy. We have to allocate more time to high weightage chapters and mock test. High weightage chapters means whatever is your weaknesses which you think that you need to prepare more on, you got to go for this, because high scoring, of course. Mock test, we have to spend time in mock test. If you are writing just for maths, try to go as many as possible before examination. So mock test is also very, very important. Daily formula revision should be there of 30 minutes. And you can see 2 hours here, 30 minutes for the revision, 30 minutes for the daily recap before going to the bed. Recap should also be done. And you can see I have taken only 3 hours. So add 1 hour or 1.5 hour for other revisions. Okay, means for other chapters also, not only high weightage. So for easier chapters also. Easy chapters are there, right? For example, straight lines, for example, relation and function. So you got to revise those as well, right? So 1 hour for the easier ones and 2 hours for the high weightage ones. Okay, yes sir. This is the understanding of time management. Next, high scoring topics. If you talk about derivative, C and D, derivative of various functions are important over there. Okay, whether it is based upon quotient rule, logarithmic differentiation, or parametric form are very, very important. Second order derivative also plays a big role. Properties, that's why I said derivative of various functions. Then you have over here, 1 second, you have second derivative, you have parametric form, and you have logarithmic differentiation. These are the important ones, okay, apart from the quotient rule also. In material determinant, properties based questions are very, very important. Inverse is also there, and transpose. Properties and transpose. Transpose, skew symmetric matrix, and inverse also at times, okay, inverse also at times. These are the important questions from important topics from the matrices and determinant. Formula based questions are there in vector 3D, for example. Shortest distance is there, sir. Area of a parallelogram, triangle, median they might ask, diagonal they might ask, section formula based question can come, okay, Cartesian form is given, angles they are asking, and all those things are there, okay. Straight lines, and there's one more property based questions also there. Some properties of vector is there based upon cross product or dot product. Either of them can be asked. Straight lines, slope questions, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, angle between two lines, this kind of important questions are there. Conic section, lattice rectum, length, eccentricity, equation, major axis, minor axis, basically any formula based questions can ask in conics and straight lines. Relation and function, domain and range problems from PU1, equivalence and bijection from PU2. Every time this question appears. Probability, if you go about probability, base theorem question from PU2, independent events, conditional probability, general questions are also present, okay. If you go about some more topics, complex numbers, properties and questions on modulus and conjugate, very, very important. Application of integral, either of these two questions will come. Straight line, circle and ellipse problems, parabola combination with line, sin x combination, sin x and cos x combination question with line can come for 2 questions over there. Out of 4 topics, any 2 can come. Differential equation, integrating factor of LDE, order and degree, variable separable method are most likely to be appearing. One more question will come in LD, but if you're good at differential equation, you can solve it. Otherwise, you can solve the other ones. Okay. Linear inequality, modulus questions are there. Okay, most likely others are very easy in nature. The modulus questions are the ones which troubles you. The property of mod of x more than a and mod of x less than a in your syllabus. Okay. So this was the talk about high scoring topics. Now, if you move on to the mock test strategy. So we'll not try to complicate this. We'll keep it very, very simple, sir. Okay, first step, timed mock test means whenever you're attempting a mock test, do not go, like blank. Keep a timer, solve in 60 minutes only. In exam you get 70 minutes, but solve in 60 minutes only. Use OMR. Start from today only, start using OMR as soon as possible because it takes time to get used to it, get a hang of it. So use of OMR is very, very advisable. Post mock test analysis. Once your mock test is over, sit back with the solution and check what went wrong. Were there silly mistakes? Mistakes can be of which type? Was there silly mistakes involved? Okay, or did you forget formula? Forgot formula, sir. Or conceptual blunder. Conceptual blunder. Or what? Did not learn that particular concept. Did not learn. So based upon this, for example, silly mistakes means you need more practice. Try to recall those kind of questions more and more. Forgot formula. Get started with the working with the formula every day. Okay. Try to recall them more than writing them because students just start writing the formula. That is not enough. You have to recall the formulas. Okay. Next is conceptual blunder means you knew something but you took you thought of something else. Okay. You knew the answer. If somebody told you there means remember the teachers and the class keep telling you what is this parallel lines, and you are writing the formula for perpendicular line. So conceptual blunders are there. So that you have to remember. Did not learn the concept, you have to think. Do you want to learn it? Let's say I want to skip a topic. I'm sure I want to skip it. Then you lost marks over there, it's okay. But if you want to learn it, if you have time, go ahead, learn that as well. Okay? So this is called as post mock test analysis, sir. This is the post mock test analysis. Identify the weak area, a weak range of topics, and mark it with importance level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and based upon that prioritize. So 5 being the highest priority and 1 being the lowest priority, start revising on it. Okay, so prioritize this. For the range of the topics, you start with the priority order. Start with 5 being the highest, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 is the highest, 1 is the lowest priority. Okay, so prioritize the topics also. Okay, and revise, repeat. Where is the last one? Revise what you made mistake in and repeat the mock test and the whole process. This is your mock test strategy. As I mentioned, keep it simple. Do not complicate your mock test strategy. The last one, which you all were waiting for, is Tukka strategy, sir. Tukka technique. This we all know, using option as substitution. Especially for the questions of linear inequality or domain problems, we try to directly go with options are given. use one of the values in the option and see if the question gives me a relative answer. If it is, we use that technique. This is called as using the option to identify which is correct, which is wrong. Check the given function domain. Sometimes the questions can be solved, or we can eliminate some options using domain of the given function. For example, sine is what function? If you talk about 1 1 on 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Right now, so everything outside will be out of the domain. We can ignore that if the question is based upon something like that. Okay. Use graph of function. This also helps a lot in basically in the case of this kind of questions. Remember, cos problems, plus minus, sine problem, increasing, decreasing, all this understanding is better. Okay, sharp pointers present in continuity of the function. Okay, all these kind of questions becomes very, very helpful. Graph of graph of this GIF functions and all these. So this will all be playing a big role. If you know the graphs, it becomes very much faster to use the option. Okay, so use graph for function to for different function to eliminate the options. Getting it? Substitute x as 0, 1, minus 1 to simplify this. Sometimes question might look difficult. Try to put x as 0 or x as 1, x as minus 1, or if there is something like that, a or minus a, try to use that also, a or minus a. You'll get that result as well. Okay, and then is what? Look for similar variable in the option, similar value in the option. Means if you're able to find few of the values or options which are similar in nature, try to use one of those. Or if you don't know anything, try to take, let's say there are 4 options and 2 are like this, 7 by 4 minus 7 by 4. You don't know anything else which is correct or not. So if you don't know anything, try to take one of those. Your chances become 50-50 to be correct only. Okay, so we don't try to take skew values, means very much difference in the nature. We try to take the similar values and pick one of those if you don't know anything about the question. Okay, so this is the understanding of Tukka strategy. Apply this and let me know how is it working. And one more thing, apply this strategy in your mock test first. Apply in mock test first before applying in actual examination. This is mistake made by all of you. You wait for the exam to come, you know that, okay sir, I have the Tukka strategy in my mind, I'll apply in the examination. Do not do that. Do not do that, because this is something that I said. You got to, for this strategy to become your strategy, you should be having the real-time experience. Will this work or not, sir? In this kind of question, it doesn't work, sir. So that's why Tukka strategy is called as Tukka strategy for a reason, right? So do not, everybody tells you Tukka strategy, but they don't tell you to apply in the mock test first. Do not apply this Tukka strategy directly. Sir, 15 days were there. I prepared, I revised everything, and then in exam I went, I did not know 10 questions, I applied Tukka strategy, I got all wrong. It can happen. It's Tukka strategy. So, but if you apply in the mock test, you will refine them more and more, and then you will know also where to and how to utilize it. Okay, this is applicable only where you don't know anything about the question. Okay, so Tukka strategy, first apply in mock test, then you apply in the examination. Okay, so this was the end of the session today, where I talked about everything that you need to score 45 plus. Now let me know whether you feel what I said is right or not. And if you agree with me, the plan I gave you, if you agree with my plan, write in the comment section, KCET Math 45. KCET Math 45. I would like to know, sir, if you are a dreamer, if you actually believe in yourself or not, because I do, I believe in you. If you follow this plan, you will be certainly, at a right place in the examination. Okay, you'll be very much prepared also. So let me know by giving me this comment, because I know many of your names by now. So I would like to see who all are letting me know in the comment section. Sir, I am ready for 45 plus. So write the answer, KCET Math 45. Okay, so that's all in this class, and I wish you all the best. If you need anything from me, just put that in the comment section. I will be coming up with a session on that and helping you in that regard. That's all in this class. I'll see you again in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.